Okay, so welcome to another blog. And I always question whether people can hear it. I mean, it's windy like crazy all of a sudden. So the last couple days, it's just been raining like crazy. So every bike ride I go out, it starts off really nice, and then 10, 12, 15 minutes into the ride, it starts to rain. And then it starts to rain like crazy. Heavy rain. So it's been a good test of the equipment. My DJI has held up like crazy. It's fantastic. You know, pouring rain, no cover, just out in the open, no problem. Same thing with my smartphone. It just sits there in the pouring rain and it's fine. No worries. My MP3 player kind of fogged up in the screen. I was really worried it had died, but it didn't. Okay, so two questions I want to ask today. The first one is, with my DJI, I've been using the D-Log-M 10-bit. And I want to know, how is it in just the regular normal profile, color profile? Never tried to use that. My problem with D-Log-M is that it makes these absolutely huge files. You know, they're like 16 big gigabyte files for a 20-minute video. So I'm wondering if I'd use normal color, whether it'd be a much smaller file. The problem with such a big file is that it's impossible to edit. So my question is, like, I have to bring it into my editor, change, basically render it, change it to another format, but do I lose all its good then? So that's my question. If I use a regular normal color profile, will it still come out good? And will it have a much smaller file? And maybe I can edit it directly. Because I have a feeling it's not going to do it in the same file format. But who knows? I think that's a setting in DJI, which I forgot to set, I think. Anyway, even if it is the same file format, at least maybe the file is editable and not so big. So that's my first question. How is this going to look in normal color profile? My first time to try it. The second question is maybe something people can help me with. That's this idea that I hit a wall. Like on this ride, I've been riding in the rain, which is actually more pleasant. But when I tried to ride today, it was boiling hot, just stifling hot. What a change. And so this ride was, really hard to do. So I hit a wall. I couldn't go any further. So I stopped where I just started there, had some breakfast, and like I said, I just literally couldn't go on any further. I tried to keep the same speed, and I just couldn't do it. I was sinking further and further till my muscles were hurting so much, like I just quit. Now, is that the right thing to do? There's nothing wrong. I don't feel any pain. Don't feel tight-chested or anything. I'm certainly fine. I just felt this. I can't go on anymore. So, what should you do in that situation where it's really hot and you're feeling like you just can't go on another pedal? I felt myself slipping to almost stopping. And I was like, ah, come on, let's get going, let's get going. And I tried to pedal faster. Couldn't do it. So maybe somebody in the audience can help. You know, maybe in the future, because not many people are watching now. I do these mostly for myself. But even if there's a few people watching, if you have any recommendations for that, I'd appreciate it. How much do you push yourself? Because I personally like to push myself. Usually when I push myself, I'm happy I did it. Whoa. Ugh, that's a motorcycle. That shouldn't be on here. So again, if any people listening have any suggestions for that, how do you know when to stop and when to push through it? Because I really wanted to quit. That was a strong feeling, and I did. And now I feel better. I feel great. So it feels like it was almost the right thing to do. A lot of people say I shouldn't even bike in Korea in July and August. Right now it's July. People say just don't bike. But you know, I really miss biking over the winter. You know, I felt really bad I couldn't go out and bike. I have a nice home setup. And what I'm going to use these biking videos for, both the vlogs and just the normal bike videos, is I can use them at home. At least relive some of these bike rides. Some of them have been quite interesting. I just roam around and find my way around things. I've really enjoyed them. Hopefully you guys have too. I really like this particular ride because, you know, if you look, I'm totally protected from anything. But I'm right downtown. All these buildings and businesses and things. So totally protected, but right downtown. I haven't figured out how to get to the absolute center of town from these bike trails. There's a way to do it, and I just haven't figured it out yet. So one day I'll look at the map, and I'll take you right to the very center of town. But this is enough for now. But look how beautiful this is. Beautiful river, totally protected path, but surrounded by downtown. All these downtown buildings and restaurants and, you know, things to do. I hope that the biking in your area is just as good as this, because this is pretty awesome. I have to admit, it's pretty awesome. Like, look at this coming up. This is a place called Yangdong Market. And that yellow and green building just goes, you know, straight back for all kinds of space. There must be 200 stores in there. All old. You know, it's not the greatest building. But you can buy all kinds of things. You can buy like textiles and hanbok, which is the Korean style of clothing. You can buy pots and pans and furniture, and it's got 2 floors of shopping. It's just amazing what you could buy there, not to mention fruits and vegetables and snacks and all kinds of things. But look what happens. My path goes right underneath it. It's a little dark and scary path. I'm wondering how you're seeing this. It's very dark, barely lit for me. there's these lights, which if you don't set it, you know, like 24 or 25, it'll flicker. But I set it for 30 because I noticed in my editing software that it defaults to 30 anyway. So I might as well start at 30, then the flickering problem goes. But I'm wondering if if it's more fluid at 25 or 30. So I may go back to that. All these choices with biking, it's kind of interesting. Sorry for all this noise, but you can see how much it's been raining. It's like a torrent down there. Really strong river. This thing sometimes is a trickle, and sometimes it's like a river. So right now it's pretty full. But just a couple of days ago, it was much worse. But anyway, I'm totally out of that area. That's a major shopping district. All those shops. But there's a bike path right underneath it. I'm through it now. I didn't hit a light. I didn't hit a car. And it's fine. Absolutely amazing. So now it's much better weather. Also, the problem coming in is the sun was right in my eyes. Ooh, my headphone came out. My headphone came out. And let me stop and put that back in. Oh, beautiful pink flowers over here. Really love these. Look at these pink flowers. Obviously planted. It's not natural, but beautiful. Okay. What was I talking about? What was I talking about? I can't remember. I was just fixing my headphones. So, by the way, I choose to use normal headphones and not Bluetooth headphones, you know, and the reason why, first of all, the in-the-ear ones don't need a battery, and so that's always a problem with the Bluetooth ones, is that, you know, you're always worried it's going to run out of battery. It's just something else to worry about. And also I found that the in-ear ones have much better quality. You know, and there's no danger with them. I don't think Bluetooth is dangerous, but, you know, the science hasn't really caught up. Is it really dangerous or not? I don't know. Probably not. You know, and also, if my headphones fall out like they just did, you know, I'm never going to lose them. They're on a wire. So it just dangled in front of me and I stopped and put it back in. So people might ask, and have asked, is it uncomfortable? No, once I get used to it, I don't even think about it. I run the wire underneath my shirt. I keep my MP3 in my pocket. All that is just blends into the ride. I don't even think about it. So that's just one choice. That's what's fun about biking. There's all these choices to be made. All these fun things to think about, you know? And so you get like a way of riding that's you. So my way of riding is no kit, you know, but I wear, you know, those padded biking shorts. Well, I have the pads underneath my shorts, so they're separate from the shorts. So now I can just wear normal shorts. The same shorts I wear to go shopping in and hanging out in, I can wear on the bike. But I have padding. So that system's worked really well. You know, these armbands, another thing I use. I thought they would be hot, but they're not. Because they keep the sun off my skin, they're actually cooler because they're very breathable. You know, like right now I'm going through this shady area and I can feel the breeze on my arm. Feels absolutely fine. I don't wear biking shoes. I wouldn't want that clippity clop. I want to walk normally and hang out normally. So probably not the best. I've got these rubber-like shoes, but I use rubber-like shoes because it rains. And so I want to worry about as little as possible. You know, I use my Adidas shirts, which are quick dry, you know, and they wick away the sweat. I think I've talked about that a little bit, but they wick away the sweat. So, you know, I feel under my shirt and I'm sweating like crazy, but the shirt's almost completely dry. Just amazing. And so if I ride in the rain, yeah, it can't handle that too well. Rain's rain, but it'll dry very, very quickly. You know, and I like my sunglasses, my normal sunglasses. There's nothing special. I don't have special biking sunglasses. You know, my helmet's just what I got with a bike, so it's fine. One thing about my setup is having my water bottle here. Very convenient, you know, ride and drink. It used to be down below, you know, on the frame of the bike. And I still have one there, but that's my secondary bike, water. But having the water here has been a real big deal. Because then, before I'd go like this when I'm reaching for the bottle. I'd almost fall over. But now it's totally stable to get a drink. Don't need to stop. I don't need to do anything. So that's been a real blessing. So my bag is Rock Bros, and it's been actually okay because it has these two sleeves that come out of the sides, and so you can put a jacket. Usually I have a raincoat in there, so you know, close it up if you don't need it. You know, it opens up for all kinds of extra space if you do need it. So that's been a pretty good choice. I was going to get a bag for the front of this. They've got these all kinds of bags that fit the front. But first of all, it interferes with these wires. That looks like it's going to hurt the wires, the brake cables and the shifting cables all down there. And secondly, it's air drag. Now, I'm not into speed at all. But also, I don't want too much blocking the air. They had one that was like shaped like this, and it looked like a briefcase or something. And you know, that's just going to block the air. That's going to make a huge drag coefficient, and it's going to just like a wall. I thought that's not going to be very good. The basket, I thought, looked a little silly. For my style of riding, not normal riding, but you know, I'm going to travel with it, and it's got to fold nicely. Oh, that's another big benefit of my Rock Bros bag. I can totally fold the bike down without taking the Rock Bro bag off, and that is huge. There's all these straps, and you know, it's a hard work to put it on every single time. And also I can keep things on the bike now. There's a whole bunch of things I store on the bike. So that's awesome. And I put in my bag a toolkit. I put, you know, a pretty nice pump. I put the selfie stick for my DJI Action 4. You know, I've got I don't know, credit card, and what else do I have in there? Some cleaning stuff. I've got the rain bag that covers the Rock Bro, which really worked well. Yesterday's or 2 days ago ride, it was literally pouring. I put on this Rock Bro, you know, rain cover. My bag was totally dry. What a great job it did. So again, it's still funny. I'm talking, feeling like no one's hearing me, but when I play this back, it works just great. You know, the sound quality is pretty good. So again, I'm feeling that I made the right decision, because I was just falling apart just before my breakfast break. I just couldn't move. And now I feel okay. I think if I pushed it too much, I just would have passed out or something. And so I think that's what the answer is. You've got to read your body. You know, you kind of know after a while, after riding for a while. When should you push through, or just being lazy, just, you know, or when should you literally stop? And I think this thing this morning, I should have stopped, and I did. So I did the right thing. You see these yellow signs here because the water level was so high, you know, very dangerous. You can't cross the river at all. Even on some of the low bridges were closed. Funny the variety, like the guy that just went by, he's got like, it looked like a partial kit. Maybe a full kit, it's hard to tell, but, you know, I've seen people with, you know, kit shorts, and then whatever shirt they felt like wearing. I found some with really professional kits. Like I saw a man and a woman, husband, wife, boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever, but totally matching, which was very cute. Totally matching kits. They look good together. Now, I've gone down this trail before. I think I filmed it several times, but it really is interesting that every time it's different. And that's what I have to deal with this channel. Yeah, it's a lot of the same paths, but the view's going to be different. Like I did it in the springtime, a lot more flowers and all that. You know, the cherry blossoms are out. Those trees over here are all cherry blossoms, I believe, and they were just full of cherry blossoms, just beautiful. Now they're still beautiful, but just green. So every season it's going to be different. So like I said, I think this would be a very short ride today, just because I stopped way before I normally do. So I just don't have time to do a very long one. I found that I've decided to go every other day biking, no matter what. And that's been very interesting because you have to be prepared. And what I started doing is going the same distance as if I went every 3 days. And that worked pretty well. But I have to realize that going every other day is a lot harder. Some days I just can't do it. The weather won't allow it. Too rainy, too sunny. I just don't have the energy. So I can't be too hard on myself. The idea is to get out there and at least try. So that's my plan. Now again, I'm not a speed guy, but I'm trying really hard to raise my speed. It's very little, 1 mile an hour more. But I found that's a huge difference. Really crazy. It's like if I go this miles per hour, you know, I start lulling out, not pushing it. You know, and I get it that I'm working very good, but I'm getting lazy. Pushing it that 1 mile an hour up makes a huge difference. It's actually a lot harder for me. So I don't know how I'm going to do these longer rides. I'm just not in shape for it. I may have to realize I can do it, but it's going to take me longer. Now, if it takes normal guys 2 or 3 days, it'll take me 4. It's just the way it is. If I can relax a little bit like that, you know, then I'll be all right. How much can I push myself is the question of the day. How much should I push myself? Hard to know. So actually, I'm kind of proud of myself today. You know, it really was hot and sweaty and hard to get ready. You know, upstairs at my house, much hotter than down here. And so I was like, oh, what am I doing? I've got to prepare breakfast. I've got to prepare my waters, and I usually make coffee to bring and all this stuff. You know, so I have all the clothing and gloves and all that. I didn't want to do it. Well, actually, I wanted to do it, but it was so hot to do it. And then the first part of the ride was so difficult. Really struggled with getting going. You know, and then I hit that wall. I enjoy every ride, but this ride was especially difficult. And so it's good for us all to go through this together. Because you know, we go through something together. When you're on your exercise bike and you feel like quitting, as we all do, keep going. Exercise bikes are awesome in that you're not dealing with the weather. You know, like I said, the last few rides, just torrential, blinding, really hard rain. And today it was really hot sun. So why am I riding? Shouldn't I just take it easy? Whew. Less downhill. Nice. Stop recording.